of course. All that's still to come. First here, live, two middleweights hoping to make their names. Ed Robinson introduces them.
Wayne Mad Dog Elcock proved a revelation the night he ripped the title from Anthony Farnell.
Oh, right hand, floors Farnell.
This Saturday, the Birmingham puncher ventures back into hostile territory against Scottish hope Lawrence Murphy.
I'll be getting in there to do a job, and at the end of the day, I've got a lot to prove. As you say, I haven't had a chance to build on the Farnell fight, so hopefully I can get in there and prove to everyone I was a worthy champion, and I am a worthy champion.
He's got everything to worry about. He's won his title. He's coming here to fight me, and the best he can hope for is to go home unscathed.
Murphy remains something of a mystery outside Scotland. The Scot was a top-class amateur, and he's been a professional for over 5 years now.
I've been held up. I'm roughly about 2 to 3 years behind where I think I should be. Winning this title takes that 2 years and puts it back. They never happened. I'm where I should be.
Murphy's desperate to make up for lost time, but with his 30th birthday looming next week, the same can equally be said of Elcock.
I can't afford to lose, because if I do, then where can I go after there at 29? I can't start rebuilding, you know, at the end of the day. I need to get in there and do the job.
Time may not be on his side, this fellow, Barry, but is there time enough for him to make a big impression, Elcock?
This is the opportunity of a lifetime for him. Wayne Elcock is fairly mature, but he's a more accomplished fighter, and I know that Murphy will fight better than ever at home, but it's you've got to go with the champion on this occasion.
If Murphy's behind schedule, Jim, does victory here tonight put him back on course?
Of course it does, but I think the main thing, Paul, a defeat doesn't really do his career any harm whatsoever. I think that's why they've taken the chance here, but it is a big chance.
Another marvellous night of championship boxing on Sky Sports for you from the Braehead Arena in Glasgow. Glenn McCrory and Ian Dart for commentary after our MC, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Braehead Arena here in Glasgow, Scotland. Tonight, Frank Warren Sports Network, www.frankwarren.tv and Lonsdale, London proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBU's Middleweight Championship of the World. Welcome to viewers watching live and exclusively on Sky Sports. The officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Union and the British Boxing Board of Control. WBU President and Commissioner this evening, Mr. John Robinson at ringside from Nordelf in Norfolk. British Boxing Board of Control stood in charge, Bernard Connolly, Doctors Dugan, Duff and Greenhall. Timekeeper, Mr. Ricky Gilmore. The three judges at ringside are all from England. Carl Rogers, Reg Thompson and Tony Walker. Finally, when the action commences this evening, the man in charge, star referee, Mr. Dave Paris from London. And so, introducing the boxers themselves. Firstly, the challenger. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with black. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 11 stones, 4 pounds, 8 ounces. He's a proud undefeated boxer, 13 contests, 12 wins. 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout and 1 draw. Presenting from Uddingston, Lawrence Murphy. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the yellow-coloured shorts trimmed with black. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 11 stones, 5 pounds and 2 ounces. He also is an undefeated boxer, 11 contests, 11 wins. 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he's making the proud first defense of his title, presenting the WBU's middleweight champion of the world from Birmingham, Wayne Mad Dog Elcock. Referee will now give his final instructions. 12 rounds of boxing.
I spoke to you both in the dressing room. Remember, boys, punch with an upper part of the glove. If one of you goes down, the other go to the further shoots your corner. Break when I tell you to. Defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Well, Wayne Elcock getting a pretty rough reception away from home here in his first defence of this WBU title, which he won cleverly and impressively against Anthony Farnell 7 months ago. Since then, He says he's cracked both hands, hence the delay in this rematch against Lawrence Murphy, who in the build-up we heard was an unknown outside of Scotland. He's pretty unknown inside Scotland as well. It's a really surprise chance for him. He's never boxed beyond 6 rounds before, but does get this opportunity. He's an Alex Morrison promoted fighter who comes from a town called Uddingston, about 12 miles outside of Glasgow. In the white trunks, Elcock, who says he's going to switch tactics here because he's in with a taller man. Murphy's 6 feet 1 inches tall and has a 4-inch reach advantage, so he won't be able to box from the outside here, I don't think, Elcock. Will it suit him to become a pressure fighter?
Well, Murphy is very straight up, very textbook. The chin's in the air a little bit. Elcock's got fast hands. He might be able to get him with a good punch.
Caught with a couple of lefts early on, though, Elcock, as he dropped his right glove. I spoke to Alex Morrison last night about this guy, Murphy, and the first thing he said is he's very, very tough, believe me.
Well, he's very straight, very robotic around the shoulders. We can see that already.
He's only had 13 fights in 5.5 years, Lawrence Murphy, and that's because his broken hands and wrists. But he has managed 3 fights over the last year when he's been injury-free. Taking a gamble, wondering whether he's good enough to beat the likes of Wayne Elcock, who has proved himself a bit in his last couple of fights, beating Yuri Sarenko and then Farnell, who he outboxed and maintained a really good strategy throughout the fight.
Murphy just inching forward, looking to land that jab.
Could be that Elcock will know just a bit too much for Murphy. It's possible. Oh, he's caught him with a big shot, and Elcock is laid out through the bottom ropes. That surely is going to be the end of the fight. He surely cannot come back from that. It is over. Lawrence Murphy has come from nowhere to grab glory in front of his home fans in Glasgow. And it was one of the most spectacular knockouts you will ever see.
What a punch. Unbelievable punch. He's so happy at that. But didn't he land with that punch? What a left hook.
Hugs his father in the corner, Lawrence Murphy. Everybody was saying, how on earth has he got this chance? Well, didn't he take it? Elcock is still wondering what happened. Wow.
Well, very early on, pulled something right out of the bag. Inexperienced, but it didn't look on paper that he had a punch capable of doing that. But certainly, he pulled something out.
And he's needing some oxygen treatment here, Wayne Elcock. They've got to check he's okay. The way he was spread-eagled through that bottom rope reminded me of a sad Joe Louis at the end of his career against Rocky Marciano. The pictures of that, which are indelible images for any boxing historian.
It was very early on. He wouldn't have quite warmed up to the task. Certainly wouldn't have really expected such a big shot as early on, Elcock.
Big triumph for the Alex Morrison team. Willie Connolly and John McNair, the cornermen, and as well his father, of course, who works the corner. Look at this. Oh, it was a right hand to the temple.
Yes, the right hand finished him off. The left hook landed first, and then the big right hand caught him right on the temple, and the reaction was unbelievable, wasn't it? He really was out on his feet. As he fell, he was out.
I think he was unconscious for a couple of seconds there.
Definitely at that point there, he is. Very bad knockout for Wayne Elcock.
Let's hope he is all right, Glenn.
Here we see it again. Throws the 3-punch combination. The left hook just catches him, and then the right hand, very good on the temple. I thought it was the left hook originally that done most of the damage, but it wasn't. It was the heavy right hand at the end of that combination.
And that is one of the shocks of the year in domestic dust-ups. The unknown Lawrence Murphy can now call himself the WBU's middleweight champion in only his 14th fight, a man who'd never been in a scheduled fight of over 6 rounds in his whole life. Well, he seemed confident when I spoke to him at the weigh-in yesterday. Back to the drawing board, I'm afraid, for Wayne Elcock, the great win over Anthony Farnell, blown away in a round here in a sensation.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 28 seconds of round number 1, referee Dave Paris has reached the count of 10. Your winner by way of knockout and the new WBU's middleweight champion of the world, Lawrence Murphy. The World Boxing Union belt is now being presented to the new champion. And a round of applause, please, for our game ex-champion, Wayne Elcock.
If they can cheer a Scottish victory in an undercard fight like this, what will they make of it? If Scott Harrison can pull off a world featherweight title win here tonight, he's